almost rivalry week.
It's almost rivalry. God damn. Rivalry. It's almost rivalry.
It's almost rivalry. What the fuck, dude? It's weird when you start thinking about it. You can't fucking.
It's almost rivalry week.
Rivalry week.
It's almost rivalry. Oh God! The tip of the tongue defeat the lips. What about again? What about again?
Yo.
It's almost rivalry. Fuck.
Oh, fuck.
So we'll see, man. We'll see what this week has to bring. We got Eagles and Giants on Thursday night football, so maybe we'll do something for that. Maybe we'll jump on there, guys. I don't know. We're trying to video more. I get excited. Like Saturday, I've never been so excited to video in my life as I was Saturday.
Hey, so everybody on our channel, at the moment, 12% of the people that like us on Facebook are subscribed to us and getting notifications from us on YouTube. And we're asking y'all, please go over there and hit subscribe and hit the bell notification, because something I want to be completely transparent with everybody that watches this show. When our show starts making money, that money is not going to go like into me and Matt's pockets to, just go out and do whatever we want with. We're going to dump it back into the channel. We're going to get better cameras. We're going to get better microphones. Hopefully one day we'll be in a studio where both of us will be sitting face to face doing these shows.
Our goal is for this to become our job.
100%. And we want to take the money that this show creates and flip it back into the show to make it better for y'all.
Not only that, but, once we do get that big, because I know it's going to happen. It's a process, and I just refuse to believe it's not. We'll bring y'all in. Like, dude, we can bring y'all in, go golf, go do, the stuff that the channel we want to do with the channel.
Right.
And, and it's not that we don't appreciate all the likes on Facebook, because I really do. Like, it has made my day, like, seeing notification after notification. It has to translate to YouTube.
We went up 55 likes on Facebook today.
Within 8 hours.
Within 8 hours, we went up 55 likes and follows on Facebook today. And all we're asking is, when you see these videos and you click on them,
like it.
Yeah, just hit subscribe and hit the little bell and hit the like button. It'll take 4 seconds to do that.
Yeah.
And you have no idea how much it will mean to us.
So, and not only that, but once, it's like I said on Saturday, once we hit 100, we automatically get brought into that algorithm. And we're going to be, the shows are long right now, so I know a lot of people don't have time to just sit and watch it for an hour. We're going to be breaking it down in smaller segments and have more videos. But it's going to take everybody liking and sharing and liking and commenting and subscribing.
Yeah.
I know y'all do it. Y'all love us. Y'all do it, and we love y'all.
100% love y'all from the bottom of our hearts.
Yo.
What's up, dude?
What up?
Not much, man.
My is a whole lot worse than your.
I don't know. Y'all are still winning. Like, we're the over us.
You can have it.
I don't want it.
What's that line from I remember Tyson want to talk about a team. What team? We ain't got no team.
Yo. The NFC least.
It's embarrassing.
Dude, I don't think I've ever seen the NFC East look this bad.
I don't think I've ever seen the Dallas Cowboys look this bad. Like, I'm like embarrassed. Like, it's embarrassing.
Dude, I'll go as far to say that I've never seen a division this bad. Ever.
We have the worst division, I think, probably in history.
there are 6 teams that have singular. Each one of those 6 teams has equal to or more wins than our whole division. Let that see.
It's horrible. And what's messed up is we have the worst defense in history. But we are on pace to be the worst team in history. And our owner, I'm just going to jump right into it. Our owner comes out today and is like, "Oh, I'm okay with Mike Nolan." No. So I posted something earlier on the page and was like, Jerry Jones is okay with the brand, meaning he knows that Cowboy fans are going to be loyal to the team no matter what.
Right.
And it lines his pockets. He doesn't care if we win or lose. He says he does. He does not care. All he cares about is fans in the stands filling his pockets. That's it. That's all Jerry cares about.
It's gotten too big to the point where he's aware that y'all will represent the Cowboys no matter what. And when that happens, it doesn't matter. It's gotten too big, man. And he knows that y'all will represent the Cowboys no matter what. And it doesn't matter when that or what that happens in. It can be football, any sport. It can be just life in general. When someone knows that their support will be there no matter what they do, they stop trying hard.
No.
That is 90% of the time, that's the truth.
No. And I mean, what's sad is you everybody in the world sees how bad we're playing right now. And you're not only the owner of the most valuable franchise in sports, period, but you're the general manager, as you claim, and you go out here and make excuses. Like, as of today, now you have players saying these coaches are not prepared. These coaches don't know what they're doing. They can't teach us. Listen, I can't even think about it. Like yesterday, dude, you know how big of a fan I am.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yep, here we go. Which I watched till the very end. I did because I love football. I'm a fan. They're my team. I love them. It doesn't even bother me now. Well, I'm just like, okay, whatever. I'm not even going to try to get into it.
That's what surprised me is because we were messaging back and forth during that game, and your level of just not caring whatsoever.
Oh.
It was honestly driving me a little bit crazy because as an Eagles fan, I relish when Cowboys fans are in agony about their team. And I was just kind of like, it knocked me off a little bit because I was just like, I can't even talk smack right now because there's nothing coming back my direction.
I hope we lose every freaking game. I wish there was a way that we could luck out and get the first pick and get Trevor Lawrence, but that's not going to happen because I don't know if anybody's seen the Jets schedule. They're definitely getting the first pick in the draft, which I hate because Trevor Lawrence is going to go there and the same thing's going to happen as everybody else has been there.
Someone might give up the freaking house for him, though. He's so good. Someone might literally just be like, hey, Jets, we'll give you, 4 first-round picks and 3 second-round picks.
You can't turn that down.
No. It's how y'all built y'all's dynasty.
Yeah.
You end up with the right pick at the right time for the right player, and somebody else goes, that's the person that can win us multiple Super Bowls, and it doesn't matter. We will literally give up everything to get him. And when that happens, you have to be smart about it and just say, okay, one player isn't worth 7 picks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, people still use like Jimmy Johnson's like player via trade scale, and he has this like a system he come up with. So he took the Herschel Walker trade and ended up getting like 3 or 4 first round picks out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, I hate Jerry, man. I'm pretty sure all of Cowboys Nation hates Jerry. And if anything, it shows that the type. Like I spent all that time hating on Jason Garrett. I mean, dude, like those players played for Garrett, and it shows. It clearly shows. I don't think they're playing for him. I don't think they're playing for McCarthy or Nolan.
I think it goes to show that no matter how good the coach is, if the GM and the owner are not, side by side with the coach and what they're supposed to be doing, it doesn't matter. The team is never going to do great things.
Yeah.
And I think in y'all's case, when y'all had, Jimmy Johnson, Jerry kind of just butted out. Jimmy Johnson was a strong enough character to be like, look, I know what I'm doing. You need to go sit in the box, watch us win on Sundays, and collect your pay.
Jerry was on the field back then. But so what? Did I ever tell you the story about what happened with Jimmy Johnson?
I think so, but refresh me.
So they were at like a after party for like a Super Bowl or something like that, and Jerry Jones is drunk. Like this is coming from Gil Brandt. Like he's drunk and he's talking to somebody. And he's like, hell. Any coach in the world could have won with that team. Talking about the '94 team. Well, Jimmy Johnson's like, "What are you talking about?" And essentially, it's like tells him to f off. And Jerry Jones is like, "You're fired." He's like, "I quit." And Jerry comes back the next day and tries to, clean it all up. But no, it was too late after that point.
I bet so. If someone had said that to me, I would have quit too.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
We're not going to get into that tonight.
But, it just, Jason Garrett, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, dude. Like, how many times have you, for the many times that I was mad at Garrett, have you heard me say, like, I respect him a lot? I really do.
All the time.
I still do,
You know who Jason Garrett reminds me of? He reminds me of a Super Bowl-less Doug Peterson, honestly. Not necessarily like the brainiac guy that just outthinks everybody in the room. Not necessarily the guy that you would say, oh, he's the best coach in football. But he's a guy that the whole team will go to war for.
Yeah.
He comes in on Sunday and those guys are ready to lay down their lives to win games for him.
I mean, you could even see it on Dak's face. The Giants game when Jake Garrett come up to him, he loves him. He loves him and respects him. He did not want him to go. And the way Jerry let him go was respectful. He didn't fire him; he just let him step away. Your contract's over with. But this is a business. But you also, if you want to win in this business, you have to change and adapt. In today's era, you have to do that. Like look at Andy Reid. But it's, dude, I hate McCarthy. I hate Nolan.
You're facing the same. It's weird. It's like the two teams in the NFC East that were supposed to compete this year are facing the exact same issue at the exact same time, where the general manager thinks that he is smarter than everybody else in the organization.
So let me ask you this. Do you think the players are starting to not play for Doug like they're not doing for McCarthy now?
I don't think it's Doug. I'm past Doug now. I don't think it's that they're not playing for Doug. I think it's the fact that they realize that there's turmoil above Doug's head with Howard. And they're sitting there going, we want to win for this guy, but the guy that's above his head, the general manager, Howie Roseman, won't let Doug do what he needs to do in order to win these games. I mean, our defensive coordinator, Jim Schwartz, came out last week and straight up said, they asked him about personnel, and he said, oh, I don't make those calls. That's not up to me. I don't get to choose who plays on Sundays.
Wow.
He's the defensive coordinator. He's the guy that's supposed to say, this is the person I need in order to beat this team. and he doesn't get to make any of those calls.
Well, what's killing me right now is I'm sitting there like, I want to know what Mike McCarthy said in this interview, because the interview was at Jerry's house. So, I mean, I don't know if he walked in there and was like, if you want a Super Bowl, hire me, or if he brought his Super Bowl trophy with him or what, but I know Jerry, and if Jerry fired him, it would make Jerry look bad, so Jerry's not going to fire him.
See, once again, you're right, because he cares about the brand. And this is the same for every organization. 90% of the fans do not understand football at the level that, say, you and I and very just religious football fans, not just team fans, but football fans understand it. So they would see that and they'd say, oh, Jerry made a mistake by hiring this coach, and that's on him. In my opinion, if I was the owner of a team and a coach came in and he gave the performance that, say, McCarthy is giving y'all right now, I wouldn't hesitate. I'd fire him. I'd be like, you claimed that you could do this, this, and this, and you've already failed. You're gone.
And
what's best for the team.
And what's sad is we'll probably go out next week and we'll win versus, which I don't know, because Washington's defense is good. I'm just saying this is what I'm thinking. This isn't a prediction or anything like that, We'll go out, probably win versus Washington, and it'll get Jerry. Oh, well, we're in first place in division. Who do y'all play this week?
The Giants.
Okay, so y'all get a win this week.
I was about
y'all win.
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Don't you do it. I'm not saying. I'm not claiming it.
Maybe. Okay. So we might both our teams might get a win this week.
Right.
Maybe. Okay. So unfortunately, that's going to do nothing but help the cause. Right. And I hate to say it like this, but I hope that we lose every freaking game the rest of the year in hopes of getting rid of this coaching staff that we have. I mean, right. I completely. If it were not, I'm standing here right here. If it were sitting here, I'm not standing, but I'm sitting here.
I know you're not standing.
And I'm telling everybody that listens to this, the only reason why he had success is because he had one of the best quarterbacks of all time on his roster. That's it. I'm serious. He hired Mike Nolan because Mike Nolan hired him. That's it. That is. The same stuff that's happening this year was happening at Green Bay.
Now, I did notice something last night. It didn't even seem like he was calling the same offensive plays.
No.
The same style of offense.
No. So it's not him that's calling it; it's Kellen Moore. But I don't care what any Cowboys fan says. Mike McCarthy he loves offense. He's selfish, and he's telling them what plays to call. But it's just coming out. Here it is. Kellen Moore's lips are moving, but Mike McCarthy's voice is coming out.
Right.
And that's just me being honest. Dude. You're probably gonna be shocked when this comes out of my lips. Trade Zeke. Zeke, if you plan on keeping McCarthy, because he's gonna go to waste, and that's a 20% cap hit every year.
See, I agree. One of them has to go. But in my opinion, right now, y'all would be crazy to choose McCarthy over Zeke.
I'm not saying I want him to go because I love him. I got a freaking Zeke jersey sitting right here. But what I'm saying is if you plan to go forward with this crappy coach, then you need to trade him because he's gonna get wasted. If Dak was in that, and they have to call pass 70% of the time because they go down so fast.
Right.
I don't know what's going on. I know the whole training camp they didn't even hit. I remember saying that in the first video. They did not even hit. They had no live hitting in training camp. And I know why Mike McCarthy didn't want nobody to see our plays because they're trash. You know? You have Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, and Michael Gallup going to waste. They're going to waste now, which they won't before because, Dak and them were lighting it up. But if back to the Zeke reference, if everybody's healthy, you have Blake Jarwin, you have Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, and CeeDee Lamb. Mike McCarthy's not going to run that offense around Zeke. It's not happening. And when you have a defense, he would. So you need to figure out this year's a lost cause. In my book, you're playing for a draft pick now. You're not playing for anything else because I do not want to go to the playoffs. I do not want to go to the playoffs. I don't want to. I hope the Philadelphia Eagles go to the playoffs so we can get a pick ahead of y'all like we did this past draft.
I hope that Alex Smith starts lighting it up for the Washington football team and they come out of nowhere and win our division at 6-10. And we both get good draft picks.
Well, I'll tell you a positive, though, which Zach Martin went out with a concussion. But that kid remember me talking about Connor McGovern, the guy from Clemson? Dude, he played last night, and that kid, they didn't skip over. They opened him and that rookie center opened up a freaking gap, and I was like, holy shit. Like, that kid can play. And he's not a right tackle. I mean, he was a left tackle. But the reason why I'm saying we need to you need to sit here and think, okay, how can I get another first round pick? I'm Dallas, that's what I'm thinking because you need a left tackle. It's time to replace Tyron Smith. He's young, but his body, he's done. He misses games every year.
I don't mean to say it this way because I know he's still playing, but he reminds me of a Gronk, where the biggest, most physical player on the field, but his body just didn't
100%.
hold it over time. And he's sustained so many injuries that it's kind of like, okay, it's getting around that time, to call it quits.
Well, they actually, I think Mike Nolan might have watched our video because they did exactly what I said they should do with DeAndre Hopkins, where Diggs is on him and then they have a safety cover him. But I think Diggs did okay versus him yesterday. But, dude, I'm at the point now where, like, anybody of value that you plan on moving forward with, sit them. Like Zach Martin would not touch that field again the rest of this year. I'm sorry, he wouldn't. Zeke would not touch that field the rest of this year.
But see, there's your problem because Jerry does care about the brand.
Image. Yeah.
And if y'all start sitting players 7 weeks into the season, that will cost him money.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. I don't know, man. I'm fed up, dude. I am so fed up.
Who are you telling?
Even when Dak was in, dude. Even when Dak was in, dude, we're down 17, we're down 15, we're down. I'm telling you, man. You don't take an offense, the number one offense in the league from last year, and they would have a bad series and stuff, dude. I mean, it's just, I swear it's coaching, man. I know it is. Defensively, dude, which of course you lose Byron Jones and you're not getting, but they're even trying to stand up DeMarcus Lawrence. Like, come on, man, get out of here.
Right.
That dude is a 2-point stance guy all day.
Yep.
But it is what it is, dude. Like, can you imagine what the Steelers are going to do to us? Can you imagine what freaking Baltimore is going to do to us? What freaking 49ers will be healthy when we play.
Yep.
Dude, that's my only hope.
Minus Bosa. Bosa's out for the season. So
yeah, minus Bosa, but they'll have everybody else back.
Yep.
Dude, I hope, dude. I hope they light us up because Even without a draft pick, I want a new coaching staff. That coaching staff has to go.
Do you honestly think that Jerry would fire McCarthy after 1 year, though?
Nope. Mike McCarthy will be there for 3. Mark my words. He'll be there for 4 or 5 years. 4 or 5 years.
So. I hope so.
And what's messed up is they'll have probably 1 good year out of 5. They'll go
right.
And
that'll give them an excuse to keep him for 10.
No. Dallas, I told you today when we were talking, Dallas Cowboys will never win another Super Bowl as long as Jerry Jones is alive and Stephen Jones is following right in his footsteps.
Stephen seems to have a little bit more football sense these days than Jerry does, though.
Well, he was on there saying that he's okay with Mike Nolan too, so I don't mean if I'm okay.
Yeah, but can he come out straight up and just completely contradict Jerry? Like, honestly.
Probably not. But if you want any shot of trying to compete and save any kind of face, I'm on the phone with the Dolphins right now saying, what can we do for Ryan Fitzmagic? Because Andy Dalton is not that guy.
We got to play y'all twice, and that guy is our freaking Achilles heel.
Dude.
Actually, you know what? Call him. I hope you do. We'll take the losses. That's fine.
No. I don't want him. Andy Dalton's horrible, dude. I see why they got him for $3 million, which I thought I saw a glimmer of hope last week when he came in, but I think that was more so feeling for that, but.
You sure that it wasn't just first game starter jitters playing for Dallas, his team?
Check down Sally, man.
But once again, it seemed like they weren't calling those shot plays like y'all did with Dak. I didn't see those kinds of plays getting called.
Honestly, dude, Dak was getting that ball out of there so freaking fast. They didn't even have a chance. The defense, you get what I'm saying? Like, that ball was out. He was anticipating routes. Dak has chemistry with all those guys. They met up all summer. They practiced all summer.
Once again, that's what I'm saying. It was his first game. Like, literally his first actual full week of practice with the guys. It honestly seemed like whoever was coming up with the offensive game plan said, we're going to try to come up with a new style of play for Dalton, when in reality, he came in for Dak, and with Dak's game plan, looked really good.
Yeah. What they should have done was got the rock going with Zeke. But see, Zeke needs to lose those freaking sleeves, dude. He needs to feel the football on his arm. That way he knows, I don't know what this – dude, I'm sick of it. I'm so sick of this new era freaking crap. T-shirt. Do you think they were damn running back would have wore a T-shirt back in the day? Hell freaking you think you'd have seen Emmitt Smith with a damn T-shirt on or Bo Jackson or freaking any of them? Sanders? Nope. But I'm done talking about the Cowboys. I don't even want to talk about them anymore.
Okay, well, I've got some stuff to talk about the Eagles because I'm slightly pissed off at my team right now.
Go ahead, hit me with it.
I'm pissed at my team, and I'm also pissed about what luck has dealt my team this year. Once again, we're tied for the most injured team in football.
We are the most injured team in football.
We're tied with you now. We lost another 4 players to injury. 4. Wentz is the number 1 most sacked quarterback in football. He had less than 2.5 seconds in the pocket last week. Let that sink in. 2.5 seconds is typically what you consider a quarterback getting the ball out quickly. He had less than that in the pocket last week. He was hit on 48% of his dropbacks last week. We are down to our 3rd string left tackle, our 3rd string left guard. We do have Kelsey at center, thank goodness, because he's kind of the guy that calls out all the blitzing schemes and everything that the defense is sending at him. We're down to our 2nd string right guard, and we are down now to our fourth string right tackle. The left guard that we brought in this week to play, there was one play where he forgot he was on the football field. He made a block, and then he just stands up and starts walking towards the sideline while the play is still going. And it was a play where Wentz ended up having to throw the ball away because the guy that he was supposed to block ended up in Wentz's face.
Plus, Wentz is a fumbling machine, so with no line with that, it just.
Funny enough, we had 0 turnovers this week.
He threw 2 interceptions.
No, he didn't. They were both called incomplete. Both. They both hit the ground. Yes. He went in with 8 interceptions and he left with 8 interceptions. Trust me. I was sitting there going, oh, there's 9, there's 10, and nope. We are down to John Hightower and Fulgham as our 2 outside wide receivers. So there's a bright spot. Honestly, there's 2 bright spots because Hightower did end up catching a long pass in that game. But also on the first drive, Wentz lofts the ball up to him, and it's a touchdown if he catches the ball. It hit him in the face mask, and his hands alligatored. Yeah. So John Hightower has to be more consistent if he wants to stay on the field. Otherwise, when these other receivers start coming back, he's going to end up buried on the draft chart or on the chart again.
Well, Jackson comes back this week, right?
He does. So most likely Hightower will end up sitting on the bench.
So it's in New York?
I believe so, yeah.
So Jackson's very familiar with New York.
Oh, yeah. He loves playing New York. So my guess would be he's going to come back. He's going to have one big game, and then he's going to disappear again. And that will give the Eagles the excuse to say, oh, he still needs to be the starter, and he'll continue to hurt our offense until he gets hurt again. That's just the way it goes the last couple years with Jackson.
So when does Rager come back?
Rager should be back after the bye. Dallas Goedert is probably playing against the Giants on Thursday. So I'm super pumped about that.
What about your boy Liz Frank injury? Jeffrey.
Oh, from what it sounds like, he's holding himself out. He doesn't even want to play.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That not only hurts him, but it hurts us. Gotta love it. Need to cut him. He needs to go. Which we definitely will after this season.
Oh, yeah. He's just trying to stay healthy.
Yeah.
But ain't nobody going to sign him.
I don't think so. Maybe a team like the Jets or something like that, that thinks they might have a chance to catch a touchdown.
Unless he goes back to Chicago with the diamond.
I don't think they'd take him back, honestly. I really don't. I think the guy's spent, honestly. I don't think he'll ever play in the NFL again.
Yeah.
But Fulgham is for real, man. I don't know.
Kid's good.
I don't know if you saw the fourth quarter with him. He was lighting it up again. He's earned his starter position. There is no way, even no matter who comes back from injury, you can't take him the field.
It's like I told you myself. Y'all starting core should be Fulgham, Rager, Ward, and Goddard.
Yep, agreed. I hope, I pray that Howie is not dumb enough to say what we pay somebody matters more than the production they bring the team.
What would you
because
do if y'all traded that guy or released him?
shh.
Or you get like an announcement tomorrow's like Philadelphia Eagles trade Dallas. What would you do, honestly? Like, what would you do?
I'd have to go buy a camera because this phone would probably go through one of my walls. I'm just saying.
I would hate to be in Philly.
Why?
If
Oh,
the
if that happened, I thought you were just saying in general, and I was like, why? It's a nice city, man. But another thing, yeah, Nate Gary, he forced his first incomplete pass of the season.
oh, he's moving on up in the world.
He's still the worst linebacker in football, but at least he has one stat on the board. Like,
Have you not seen Jalen Smith play?
no, dude, you don't understand how bad this guy is. He may be the worst linebacker I've ever seen play the game.
Jesus.
I'm not joking. I don't think I've ever seen somebody that consistently does the opposite of what they're supposed to do. It's not that he has bad instincts. It's that he has the opposite of good instincts.
Which is bad.
No. I'm talking about like negative
I know what you're saying.
where in his head he sees something developing and something in his head tells him to do the exact opposite of what he's supposed to do. There was one play against the Ravens where it was a run play, and it was clearly a run play because everybody was filling their gaps. Gary sees this and starts running backwards into coverage on a tight end.
Mm.
It didn't look like play action, nothing like that. It was literally a handoff, and the quarterback stands straight up, and he starts running backwards into coverage as everybody else is filling.
Yeah, that boy's bad. So if you had to guesstimate what you think your ending record would be, what do you think it's going to be?
4-11-1.
I was about to say I think we'll be 4-12.
Honestly,
that's the fourth ever. That's the number 4 pick.
Yeah, I could see both. I could see both of our teams,
4 and 5,
being top 5 picks.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm fine with it because at this point, I truly feel like my team needs a talent infusion. It's not just coaching. It's nothing like that. I truly feel like we need at least one more blue chip player on this team to be really solid.
The only thing offensively we need is a healthy left tackle. I think every other position is good to go now. I wouldn't waste a first-round pick on a left tackle. I wouldn't do it. There's no way I would do that.
You win in the trenches, though. It depends on where you pick and who comes out in this draft.
Top 6 or 7? Ain't no way. Ain't no way, dude. I wouldn't do it. Not as much as you need on defense. But Jerry doesn't draft defense, dude. He got burned. Jerry got burned on a safety, Roy Williams, and then he got burned when he moved up in, what year was it? Like 2011 or 12 when we moved up to number 4 to get Morris Claiborne from LSU, which Claiborne was a beast at LSU. I mean, a freaking beast. And
that's another thing, though. Some players just fit into certain schemes, and they are awful in other ones.
Dude, look at Taco Charlton now.
Yeah. Oh, he's killing it, dude.
And he tweeted, he was like, "I'm on a mission because one man tried to ruin me." Talking about Rod Marinelli.
Right.
which Marinelli's doing good in the Raiders. I've always thought Marinelli was a good coach.
Yep.
But,
Well, I mean, how do you think we feel? Rasul Douglas can't play the position at all in Philly. He is one of the worst cornerbacks in football. Leaves, goes to Carolina. He's top 10 now.
Yeah.
Sidney Jones literally played for us for 3 years and could not even sniff the field. When he is on the field, he made one good play against y'all last year. That's the only play in Philly he ever made. He goes to Jacksonville. He's lighting it up. He's top 5 right now. How do you think we feel? That's why everybody is saying you got to get rid of Schwartz, because his defensive scheme does not work.
Without Frank Wright.
No, I'm talking defense.
No.
Dude, even in the Super Bowl, our defense gave up over 500 yards.
But what was I about to say? You know what's kind of weird though? So,
What's that?
Of course, it's you got Trevor Lawrence and you got Justin Fields. What about that kid from North Dakota State, man? What does Dallas do if they've got the number 4 or 5 pick? Do you pay Dak his $40 million a year, or do you draft this kid? Do you, dude? We're talking about Jerry, who wanted Johnny Manziel.
I was about to say, I think he will go after a quarterback.
Yeah. Just to try to cheap Dak down.
I don't think it'll even be about that. I don't even think he'll offer Dak anything. If that happens,
they've already said they're going to tag him. They've already said 100% we're tagging him.
They say they are, but if they get the opportunity to draft a top 3 quarterback coming out in this draft, they're not going to waste the money to do both. They'll either go after a left tackle or a safety and tag Dak.
Jerry ain't drafting safety, dog. I'm telling you that now.
Or
Jerry thinks safeties are worthless.
Or
that's why fucking Earl Thomas is sitting on the couch right now.
Or they will draft a quarterback, pay Gallup, get a safety in free agency, and call it good. I don't see him double dipping on Dak and a first-round pick at quarterback.
No. But I don't know, dude. We'll find out in April. Well, we'll definitely be live streaming that.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know, dude. I have no idea. I don't know how you improve from this unless you change coaches. So
yeah.
That stance is never going to change for me. I think Dallas and Philly both need a purge of everything.
Yeah. We need to start with the GM and see where it goes from there.
Jerry ain't going to fire himself.
No. I'm talking about the Eagles, though.
I know. I'm saying we need the same thing.
Yeah, we need to start by firing Howie and see where it goes from there. You had Sanders playing in your fantasy, didn't you? Did you see that he dropped that 30-yard touchdown pass?
Yep.
Yeah, that cost us the game.
Yeah, what cost me my I was about to be 5-1 in fantasy with 9 seconds left. Amari Cooper hits that touchdown, and I lose fantasy for the week, and now I'm at 4-2.
And it kept me only 1 behind you because Larry Fitzgerald didn't catch his touchdown from Kyler Murray, which would have made it to where I won my fantasy. And technically, if Kyler Murray and Fitzgerald had connected, or that D-Hop long pass play had actually gone for a touchdown, we'd be tied right now in fantasy.
What's your record?
Now I am 4-3. Yeah, 3-3. I'm 3-3, and you're 4-2. So I'm still 1 game behind you.
Yeah.
I've still got
Sanders.
Yeah. I've still got 80 more points scored than anybody in our fantasy, though.
Without McCaffrey.
Without McCaffrey. Yeah.
he comes, which I don't see Carolina bringing him back. I really don't.
I think they will because there's a third wild card this year. So they actually might be able to sneak in.
Yeah. Dude, honestly, if Tampa plays like they did on Sunday, there ain't nobody freaking beating them.
I don't know. I'd love to see Tampa and Seattle in the championship game.
Seattle just Tom Brady will light them up. They have no defense at all.
I don't see Tampa being able to cover the receivers in Seattle, though.
It's hard not to like Russell Wilson.
We were supposed to get him. We were going to draft him right after Seattle drafted him. And then, honestly, we ended up with Nick Foles, which I won't complain because he brought us a Super Bowl. But, Russell Wilson, Nick Foles, kind of wish it had worked out.
Well, y'all traded with the Ravens to move in front of us to draft Goddard, and then the Ravens took Lamar Jackson. So y'all could have had Lamar Jackson.
I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't want him. With Doug, there's no way we would have actually built an offense around what he is capable of doing, and we would have wasted him. Yeah. We would have tried to turn him into, 80% pocket passer, 20% run, and that's just not what he does.
I still don't understand how y'all don't even try to go after D-Hop.
Don't remind me. Leave me alone. Stop.
I'd have been like, here's 2 seconds.
Yeah. You're going to make me cry. Stop. Dude, could you imagine him in our offense? With him, Jackson, and if Fulgham then also appeared.
Y'all kind of look like us. I'm being truthful, though.
I know. And just like you saying that you need to, trade Zeke, I hate to say this because I'm a huge fan of this guy. I have his jersey, his Super Bowl jersey. The Eagles have to get rid of Clement. He's our third string running back. He brings absolutely zero to the table. I'm pretty sure he has like 11 yards this year. And he's seen the ball every single game. And it's a yard here, -3 yards there, a 4-yard run here, -1 yard there. Can't block, can't catch. Philly fans are going to hate me for saying that, but he's got to go. We've got other guys sitting on our practice squad that are ready to go, and he is taking up a spot that we really need right now.
Yeah. If I'm Jerry, I make Will McClay. I make Will McClay my GM, and I let him handle it.
Right.
The dude is a draft genius. He knows players.
He is.
He knows players. And I think if it's up to him, there's no way Byron Jones walks out that door. And I honestly believe Byron would have took a team-friendly deal. I really do.
Dude, Byron is balling out in Miami right now.
He's always balled out, dude. It's just went unnoticed because the rest of our defense sucks so bad. I think, and think about that, though. He's so good that he just shut down one side of the field. So all we had to do as a defense was focus on the middle and the other side. That's it.
Yep.
Our defense is literally a bunch of second string guys.
Yeah.
Our entire defense is starting second string, everybody.
Yep. At the moment, that's facts.
You paid Jalen Smith a year early and let Byron Jones walk out the door. You pay Zeke, you pay everybody but Dak. That's asinine.
It's sorry, dude. It really is. There's a way to explain it.
That SOB didn't even play Sunday, and he's still number one in passing yards.
Yep.
I put it on our page yesterday. Dak, which I will say, Dak made more money sitting at home yesterday than he has all season. He did, dude. His value is it's just like with Tony, man. All those years he carried us, and nothing to show for it.
Yep. Dude, you want to know what happened Sunday?
What?
Hey, I'm going to make a bold prediction. Eagles fans, let me know what you think about this. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, okay, the guy I've been complaining about for a year and a half now. He didn't actually line up at tight end, but he lined up tight, like really close to the line at wide receiver. And he ran a tight end route, which you don't see many receivers do, where he ran up and he was lined up tight on the right side, and he ran up a couple yards, faked a left break, and then broke right. And he had a linebacker on him. And he caught the 2-point conversion. The guy's big, which means he could easily bulk up to tight end size. My prediction is by next year, he's going to bulk up and end up playing second string tight end for the Eagles. He looked far more natural in that role than he does as playing an outside wide receiver position.
That's because he's so dumb he can't remember half the routes he's supposed to run.
I'm not going to argue that. Like, I don't know. Dude. And that's bad because he went to Stanford. He's supposed to be a smart guy. But over the course of his career with the Eagles, he is an awful route runner.
That's because fucking living up there in Philly makes you dumb.
Hey, did you see Wentz do his best Dak impersonation on Sunday with that run?
Uh-uh.
He had like a 35-yard run in that game.
Really?
He trucked the linebacker straight up. He came around the right side, got right to the first down. He was going to be like a yard short. He stiff-armed him and trucked him, and then bounced off of him and went up the sideline for like another 20 yards.
He probably told the guy, he's like, God bless you.
Thank you, God bless you.
Have a blessed day.
But I'll tell you one player on our team that is not trying anymore, Ertz.
That dude's mentally clocked out.
The second they started giving Goddard as many reps at tight end 1 as Ertz said, screw it. I don't want to be here anymore. He hates adversity, dude. That's what I'm starting to realize about the guy. And if there's one thing I can admit is once you give in on something one time, it's a lot easier to keep doing it down the line. And the fact that he showed less effort because of the fact that Goddard was getting more, touches. It seems like every time he's faced with adversity this year, he just gives up.
Well, dude, I'm telling you, I think that window of getting him traded this year is done.
I don't know about that. I mean, he's got an ankle sprain.
It don't matter, dude. He will not be traded this year, and then he will be dead money next year, right?
Do what?
He's a free agent after this year, right?
No, he's got one. That's the thing. That's what everyone's saying is the fact that he's asking for money a whole year earlier than he should be. He's got all of this year and all of next year on his contract, but he's asking for more money.
Nah, he should have played this year and then asked.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
Yeah, I would have. There ain't no way. He would not have played last week, and then it ain't no way. I'd have been like, who wants him? Who needs a tight end? Arizona needs a tight end.
Yep. Arizona needs a tight end. New England needs a
Tampa
tight end.
Bay.
Tampa doesn't need a tight end. Tampa's got 3 tight ends.
OJ Howard's out for the year.
Okay, so they've got 2 tight ends though.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have gone in there and started. There's no way Brady would have been like, okay, Ertz is going to be the starter over Gronk.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's several teams. Heck, Baltimore needs a tight end. They don't have anybody at tight end that's like super special.
Andrews and that other guy?
They're not doing anything this year. I thought that they would have used. I thought that facing us would have been the game that their tight ends would have exposed somebody.
Baltimore does that though.
Even against Gary, they could not get anything going with their tight ends.
Yeah. I think the Seahawks and the Titans are playing the best football in football right now.
Seahawks, Titans. Yeah.
Green Bay looked unstoppable until they played Sunday.
Yeah. Because that's what I was reaching for. I was thinking about, Green Bay, but I'll tell you what, that pick 6, it almost looked like Rodgers clocked out after that. It's almost like he got pissed that he threw a pick 6 and he was just like, okay, I'm done.
The throws that Brady was making in that game is just, oh man. New school quarterbacks can't do that crap, man.
Anyone that questions his arm talent, nah. I'm sorry.
He'll definitely play till he's 45. Definitely.
Oh yeah. 100%. Yep.
So he probably honestly could play longer.
Probably.
The dude freaking is playing better than most quarterbacks. He's older and looks younger than half of them. He looks better. He looks younger now, or like better and younger now than he did 10 years ago.
It's a dream.
Oh my God.
Dude, if we could at least get off to fast starts, this makes 2 weeks in a row now where we have lit it up in the second half.
Yeah. Oh, y'all are going to freaking destroy us. Y'all are going to kill us, dude.
Maybe
kill us.
Sanders may not be back by the time we play y'all.
You don't have to. You can put freaking all those Bradham and all those people out there and get out there and play. And we're horrible, dude. We're horrible. And I hope we win. Do it.
Dude, I'm surprised you weren't talking smack, though, because our game really didn't turn around until Hurts came in the game. Did you see that drive that he was in?
Dude, I told you. It'll never none of that crap will ever come out of my mouth again.
But my thing is, I think he can be a spark plug, and I think we need to get him involved earlier in games. And not saying that he needs to replace Wentz as starting quarterback.
I would,
but if Wentz had an amazing game this last game and the game before. Over 300 yards passing, multiple touchdowns.
Ooh.
Okay. It's a rookie quarterback that can run the ball.
Y'all play him for a game. See what happens.
Dude, he has more fumbles than he does completions. Literally. He has more fumbles than he has completions. I don't know, but did you happen to notice that they benched Fitzpatrick after a 3-touchdown game for an unproven rookie that has 1 completion in the NFL?
And that completion was a gift from God.
Because there were like 3 defenders coming in on it, and it just so happened to get through their hands to the receiver.
Look, y'all go ahead and send old Fitzmagic down to Dallas. Do it for me.
Oh, we'll take the draft pick. That's fine.
No, never mind. Don't do that. listen to this. We have one takeaway. Y'all have two takeaways.
Hey, speaking of Wentz turning the ball over, did you happen to see what Kirk Cousins did in the first half of his game?
Oh, Jesus. Now do you see why?
3 interceptions, man.
Now do you see why Redskins didn't, or excuse me, the football team did not play him?
For sure. I mean, dude, they weren't even like football or like catch interceptions. They were directly to the defender.
Did you see Andy Dalton's first pass? That was hard. He's like, hey, you. I got the ball. I got the ball in Dallas, mama.
I've got a water spoon.
This is what makes me sick, dude. Check this out. Offensive stats. We lead the league in yards in 2,784. Yards a game, 264. Pass in 2,154 and 359 rushing yards. God, it makes me sick to my stomach. And we should be 0-6.
Speaking of a team that could have been 0-6, but not because by far their best player came back this week, Julio went off in that game against Minnesota.
Dude, I ain't seen him play like that since the Super Bowl.
He looked like a man against boys out there in that game. He was – I saw him throw a linebacker, just straight up threw him to the ground like it was nothing. Wide receivers aren't supposed to be able to do that, man.
That dude's so big he could play safety.
He has. They've put him out there at safety before, and he did good. Dude, was it last year or the year before when he absolutely annihilated y'all's safety when the ball was overthrown?
18.
18? Okay.
Hit on Jeff Heath.
That was
like the ball was in his hands. Like he caught it, pulled it in. Julio hit him so hard and jarred it loose.
Crushed him.
We still won that game.
I was starting to have my doubts on whether Julio was still a top 5 receiver in this league.
He most definitely is.
Until that soda, and he completely changed my mind.
You know what I just thought about, dog?
What's that?
Imagine if Atlanta got Trevor Lawrence. Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, and Hooper. Oh, my God.
They won't unless somehow the Jets manage to win a game, though.
They trade for it, like we were talking about.
I think their team needs more than just a quarterback. Even though, hey, Todd Gurley is looking good in Atlanta.
I don't know what they done gave him some Bayer for his arthritic knee.
I think it's the fact that he's finally with a team that said, okay, he may be a star running back, but that still doesn't mean that he has to be a 3-down bell cow. Yeah. You know, they're like, okay, we've got a really good running back for 12 plays a game. You know? And honestly, it's what the Rams should have done. They never should have got rid of him. They should have just said, okay, we're going to get another good running back to play with him so that he doesn't have to run it 30 times a game.
Imagine if LA had him with that guy they got now. Oh, God, it'd be 2017 all over again.
Yep.
They're well coached, man. Sean McVay is a good coach.
Oh, he's a very good coach. Funny enough, Atlanta got their first win right after firing their head coach. Dan Quinn gone. Okay, Atlanta wins.
Fire Mike McCarthy, Dallas.
Same thing that happened in Houston. They fire their coach. Immediately, they get another win, or they get their first win.
I thought they lost to the Titans.
They did this weekend. The weekend before was the first game after they fired their coach, and they got their first win.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
That was a crazy game. I thought Titans were going to lose. Your boys got Henry on his fantasy team. he killed it this week, dude. Over 240 yards.
He did. When I checked your score, I was like, wow, Matt's got a lot of points. And then I started looking at your players, and I was like, where did he get his points from? Oh, my God. It was like 40 points that you got off your running back.
Yep. And you know what receiver of mine's getting the most yards? Robbie Anderson, dude. That was a steal, man.
I've got him in my other fantasy league, and the first 2 weeks I didn't start him. He's been a starter ever since. He is a lot better than the Jets led on when he was up there.
That and who do I have? San Francisco. Deebo Samuel. Dude, if I'd have started him, I'd have had 17 points from him.
So I started Mike Evans for Tampa. He got me one point. If I had started Travis Fulgham, I would have won my match because Fulgham got 13. Mike Evans got 1.
Did you drop somebody and pick Fulgham up?
Yeah, who was it? There was another player I had that was on injury reserve that it was just kind of like, okay, he's not coming back, and also he's not providing me with points anyway, so drop and pick up Fulgham. Because if Fulgham continues to be the number 1 target in Philly, he's going to score points.
Oh, 100%, dude.
Yep.
100%.
Even if we continue to lose games in fantasy, he'll still get me points.
Both of our teams need to do like Las Vegas did. They shipped everybody out, have one bad season, and they're right back.
Yeah. There's very few players on the Eagles that I would truly protect from a complete and total breakdown. I would protect Wentz, and I would protect Fletcher Cox. I would protect Darius Slay. I would protect Miles Sanders.
Slay was a great pickup for y'all.
Yeah. Honestly, I would protect Fulgham. At this point, this is 3 games that he's produced in a row. If we right now said, okay, we're going to start shipping people out, he's one of the players I would keep. Other than that, Josh Sweat, defensive end we got from Florida State a couple years ago, he's killing it right now. He's one of the best defensive ends against the run, and he's got 4 sacks on the season. So he's doing really well. I'm trying to think. Other than that, there's not many players on our team that I would truly just be like, okay, he has to stay.
We're getting close to rivalry day. So.
You know the messages are going to be going back and forth on that day.
Well, I don't know if we haven't won a game since.
It doesn't matter how bad our teams are. It will always be rivalry day.
Yep.
Except I may be like, yo, y'all are going to beat the crap out of us, and you're going to be like, no, y'all are going to mop the floor.
Y'all are going to beat the crap out of us.
Oh man, this is so opposite of anything I've ever dealt with.
No, because I know we've talked about it several times on the show. Being in the room with not only your best friend, but a freaking somebody who a team you hate for the whole week, dude. It was so like we were listening to the Doug Peterson show or that show with him on there live, and I literally closed the laptop and was like, well, let the games begin. And he didn't say a damn word, dude. He was just like his little vapey.
When Doug called y'all out last year and then backed off of it, I didn't want to admit it, but I already in my head I was like, we lost this game already. It's over.
That when y'all were like, no, we want the ball, I was like, okay. And then like I was sitting at the edge of my couch, and I remember when we caused that first turnover, I was like, dude, I went nuts. I was like, talk this. And the day before, I did a job where I walked 16 miles, so my legs were on fire. Yeah, it's almost rivalry week.
Yeah. So in 2 weeks, we're gonna have a showdown, and I know what I know. I know what I want my team to do, and I know what my team should do, and they're two completely different things. Because never in my life have I ever gone into Dallas week going, I hope Dallas beats us. But at the same time, I know what the team should do is go 1-14-1 and get like the third pick in the draft.
I hope we're probably going to split, honestly. So, you know, y'all have your time, and then we'll have our time. Which does it? I mean, honestly, of course, it's rival. It's your biggest rival, so you know you want to win. But honestly, does it even feel worthy?
If when we win a game this year, it doesn't feel like it means anything because I still look at it and go, even if we beat a bad team, I don't see how we're going to beat a Seattle or a Tampa or a Steelers or a Ravens. Because honestly, the last 2 weeks, even though we played well to get back in those games, we were still gifted plays that otherwise, for instance, this last week against the Ravens, Fulgham's touchdown, there were 3 defenders around him, and 2 of them whiffed on the ball. It wasn't like he mossed anybody. It went through their swiping hands and got to him. So that easily could have been swatted down.
That was Jesus just feeling bad because y'all are Philadelphia.
Is that what happened with Amari Cooper at the end of y'all's game?
That was Jesus saying. That was Jesus, like literally looking at me. I can't take this shit no more.
Yo, dude, did you see the Dallas fan in the stands crying at the end of y'all? I'm not even going to talk about some of the memes I saw on Facebook today about that exact scene. They were bad. The internet is still undefeated, man.
I can't. What can I defend? What can I say? Well, we're going to be better next week. No, we're not, Jimmy.
Oh, man.
You know what? You want to know what's messed up?
What's that?
This year can be as bad as it's going to be. But after the draft, I see who we get. I'm going to be like, hey, it's like a Super Bowl thing. Start all over again, dude. It's just who we are. It's what we do.
Yep. Same here.
See, I wish we would have made a show like preseason and been like, okay, this is my expectations. This is because, dude, honestly, I had us going like 13-3.
Yeah, that's what you said.
And you had y'all going 12-4.
Yep. Is it karma? Is it karma smacking us down right now for doing that?
I don't think so. I think it's no OTAs, no good training camp, no preseason, and Mike McCarthy's a piece of shit.
I did call that before the season started.
100%.
Yeah.
Dude, Jerry, give Urban Meyer a call.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a good hire.
It's the direction the league is going, dude.
Exactly. Do you think he'd be a good hire for Dallas, honestly, as a
Oh, 100%. With the players that y'all have in place right now, it would be stupid. Anybody that has any kind of spread offense design for y'all's team, it would be disgusting.
That, or you could somehow pry the defensive coordinator from the Rams away. He's going to be a head coach.
Yeah. I don't know that y'all need a defensive minded head coach, though. I really don't. I think y'all need offensive minded, and that's what you need to go into the season thinking is get a good defensive coordinator, stack up on some defensive players, but have a guy that is one of the brightest offensive minds that has already proven himself as being an offensive coordinator, bring him in to be a head coach and put him with
at two different schools.
I don't see how that would be a losing formula.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, that's all we're asking. So if y'all could do that for us, we'd really appreciate it. This is Marshall and Matt with M2 Sports. This is Tuesday Night Lights.
Check y'all next week.
Have a good one, guys.